The morning sun streamed through the towering windows of Coastal Haven International Airport, casting a warm glow on the polished floors. At 60, Marla Thompson moved with a quiet grace, her hand tightly clasped around her 5-year-old daughter Lila's as they navigated the bustling terminal. Lila's colorful braided beads clicked softly with each step, her small backpack bouncing lightly. Marla's heart raced, not from the rush to gate C-12, but from a nagging unease she couldn't shake. Their boarding passes for Flight 312 to Willow Creek were in hand, but the weight of unseen eyes made her feel exposed. At the jet bridge, Marla noticed the shift in the air. Glances lingered too long, some curious, others sharp. She brushed it off, rubbing Lila's back as they approached the attendant, a woman named Karen with a tight smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Good morning," Marla said softly, offering a polite nod. Karen's response was clipped. "Seats 15A and B," she directed, her arm rigid as she pointed down the aisle. Marla's cheeks flushed, but she guided Lila to their seats, securing her daughter in the window seat with a 5-point harness. Karen's cold stare followed them, a flicker of disdain that tightened Marla's chest. The cabin lights dimmed, and the safety announcements crackled overhead. Lila waved at Karen as she passed, but the attendant's mechanical nod offered no warmth. Marla handed Lila a coloring book, her giggles a small rebellion against the tension. When beverage service began, Marla requested orange juice for Lila. Karen handed over the cup with a jerk, turning away before Marla could thank her. Later, delivering Lila's vegetarian meal, Karen's arched eyebrow and curt gesture made Marla's throat tighten. Was it the meal request? Or something deeper, something uglier? Turbulence hit 30 minutes into the flight. The seatbelt sign flashed on, and Lila whispered urgently, "Mommy, I need the bathroom." Marla hesitated, feeling the planes wobble, but unbuckled them both. As they crept down the aisle, Karen blocked their path, finger jabbing at the sign. "Ma'am, the seatbelt sign is on," she hissed. Lila's eyes widened, and Marla bit back her frustration, guiding her daughter into the cramped restroom. Returning, Karen's icy glare met them. "It's for your safety," she snapped. Marla nodded, but anger simmered beneath her calm. Back in their seats, Lila's juice cup tipped, spilling across her tray. Her lip quivered, and Marla's hands trembled as she mopped it up, her rehearsed politeness crumbling. She wanted to confront Karen, to demand respect, but she soothed Lila instead, whispering, "It's okay, baby." A kind passenger, a woman in a soft sweater, paused to compliment Lila's braids, her smile a brief reprieve. But Marla caught Karen whispering to another attendant, Lisa, her gaze cutting toward them with contempt. The doubt gnawed at Marla. Was this about their skin color? An older man, Henry, leaned over from a nearby row. "Everything all right?" he asked, his voice low with concern. Marla forced a smile. "We're fine," she said, but her vulnerability stung. Another jolt of turbulence shook the plane, and Lila woke, eyes brimming with tears. Marla held her close, shielding her as passengers gripped armrests. Karen strode by, her face not concerned but accusing, as if Marla had caused the unrest. The plane steadied, and the pilot's calm voice promised smoother skies. But Karen's next move shattered the fragile peace. As she collected trash, Karen snatched Lila's half-finished coloring sheet, tearing it. Lila sobbed, and Marla's restraint snapped. "What is your problem?" she demanded, her voice low but fierce. Karen's jaw tightened. "The tray needs to be stowed," she spat. "It's a safety hazard." Marla's voice trembled with rage. "You could have asked. You don't have to treat us like we don't belong." The word hate hung between them, and passengers turned, some frowning at Karen, others whispering in support. The tension broke when Lila tugged Marla's sleeve, whispering her need for the restroom again. The seatbelt sign was off, but Karen stormed up. "Sit down," she barked. Marla pointed to the unlit sign. "My daughter needs to go. She's 5. Their voices rose, drawing eyes. Lila clung to Marla, trembling. Then, in a flash, Karen's hand shot out, striking Lila's cheek. The sharp slap echoed, and the cabin gasped. Lila stumbled back, her cheek red, tears streaming. Marla dropped to her knees, cradling her daughter, her voice rising. "How dare you touch my child?" Passengers erupted, demanding answers. Henry stood by Marla, furious. Lisa, the kinder attendant, fumbled for the headset to alert the flight deck. The lead attendant, Tom, rushed from first class, his face grim. "Step aside," he ordered Karen, who stammered excuses. Marla demanded Karen's removal, her voice steady despite her shaking hands. Tom apologized, offering first-class seats. Marla hesitated but accepted for Lila's sake, gathering their things with Lisa's gentle help. In first class, Marla held Lila close, her resolve hardening. She'd press charges, file complaints, ensure this never happened again. As the plane descended into Willow Creek, police lights flashed on the tarmac. Officers boarded, taking statements from Marla, Henry, and others. Karen, ashen-faced, was escorted off, her apologies falling flat. At the airport clinic, an EMT examined Lila's bruised cheek, and Marla's sister, Claire, arrived, vowing justice. That night, in a quiet hotel, Marla explained to Lila that some people act out of hate, but they'd fight for kindness. She filed charges, collected witness statements, and prepared for a hearing. 3 weeks later, in a sleek boardroom, Marla faced Karen and airline executives. Her testimony was unflinching, detailing every slight, every glare, culminating in the slap. When Karen's apology faltered, Marla held up a photo of Lila's bruise, silencing the room. Applause erupted, and the CEO announced Karen's termination, new training, and a fund for anti-discrimination efforts. Criminal charges followed, with Karen convicted of assault. The airline settled, funding Lila's therapy and policy reforms. Marla's advocacy grew, sparking the Lila Protection Act, mandating bias training and complaint transparency. Years later, Marla and Lila stood at a mural in Willow Creek's terminal, honoring their fight. Lila, now a confident teen, led with kindness, while Marla's voice shaped a safer industry. What do you think? Should airlines face harsher penalties for failing to address bias? Could Marla have handled it differently, or was her fight the only way? Share your thoughts, like, and subscribe for more stories that spark change.